And just like you'd hope to see first day of pads, a lot of intensity, very physical. We didn't have great footing. We had a bunch of rain drop in here on us right before we came out, but I thought the guys competed really hard today, and so far, they've been just a very workmanlike group, as they've shown up every day. So good first day. Very physical, and again, good competition on both sides. Working a lot of situational stuff right now, trying to get them prepared for the scrimmage on Saturday. Worked a lot of green zone, red zone, short yardage. Worked a lot of third down these last few days, and as well as just some open field, normal down type stuff. But, I think we're right on track.
Gift Timothy left on the card a minute ago. Is he okay?
Well, I hope. I hope that I'm not a doctor, but anytime somebody tweaks their knee, it worries you until you get the actual results back. But they think he's going to be okay, but I don't really know. Hopefully it's just PCL. If that's what it is, he should be okay. It's not something that you fix or do surgery on or anything like that. But hope that's what it is. That's kind of the on-field assessment, but you never know until you actually clean them up, get them in there, and look at them. But hopefully he'll be okay. He's had a good camp so far. And then Zach Brooks kind of had a little trapezius muscle deal, but he's going to be okay. I don't know if he came out. I don't know if he was out there, but he went down for a little bit, but he should be okay.
He stayed the whole practice.
He did. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think he left, but he should be okay. And then I can't remember if I mentioned about Ammon Lacob to you guys or not, but he's out for a couple more weeks at least. He broke his toe, his pinky toe, on his right foot right before he reported, and so he's kind of hampered right now, but getting a little bit better each day. Hope to have him ready by the time we go play Auburn, but I don't know. But he certainly should be ready to go by the second game. But other than that, I think everybody's just kind of typical bangs and bumps.
That competition at right tackle was still pretty much still had Timothy in a battle.
Yeah, Giff was definitely one. Definitely first team. I mean, he's earned that, but Joe's coming. Joe's making a lot of progress, and I'll tell you, the guy that I'm really encouraged with is Shaq Anthony. Now, he hasn't been playing right tackle, but he's probably the most improved right now as far as coming into camp, and just you can tell that he's worked hard this summer. He's been very coachable, and he's done a good job for us. And Battle is so much better than he was in the spring. I mean, he's still got a ways to go, but he's so much better than he was in the spring. And the thing about him, nobody's going to out-athlete him. And as he develops his technique, he's, I think, got a chance to be some kind of football player. Once he learns what to do, and I don't know when that's going to happen, but he's on his way. So I really like the prospects we have. We're just young, but right now, Joe is the next guy in at that position. And we got some other guys that could play tackle, but we're really trying to bring those guys along, Gore and Anthony and Battle. And DeStefano has even worked some tackle. He's working a little guard and tackle. Reed Webster has played some tackle in his time here, but I think Gore be the first guy we'd give that opportunity to.
Well, first day of pads, how about D tackle?
Really good. I tell you what, Deshaun Williams and Grady Jarrett, if I could have 100 of them guys, and I'd drive the truck and load them up and bring them back, because this would be the easiest game to coach in America. If they were all like Grady Jarrett and Deshaun Williams, we wouldn't even have to come to practice. We just stay in the office and let them come tell us how they did, because those guys are what you want. Just incredibly competitive, very coachable. They give you every ounce of everything they have, not just on the practice field, but off the field, in the weight room. They take care of their bodies. I mean, they're just two winners. And Josh Watson, I'd put right there too. And Josh, that's a guy that 2 years ago when he got here was clueless, long way away from being a good player, a long way away from helping us, but had the want to. And this guy has worked and changed his body and has really put himself in position to be a good football player, and he's got 3 years left. So I'm excited about those three guys, but in particular, what I've seen out of Grady and out of Deshaun, I mean, I really think that we got a chance to be pretty good there.
Jarrett didn't have the measurables as some of those other guys. What's he doing where he stands out?
He's got great measurables. I mean, he's strong as a bull. He's big. I mean, the guy's a great leverage player. He's incredibly intelligent, and he was a wrestling champ in high school. I mean, he's just great with his hands and his feet. And he just gives you. He's relentless. The guy just plays. And Deshaun, Deshaun doesn't have he's not gifted with the greatest body in the world for the position. He's not a 6'4" guy. But I'm gonna tell you what, his motor never stops. And those two guys in there together are gonna really, I think, come on quickly at that position. I'm excited about it. And Josh too. And I'll tell you, the two young guys have really impressed me. DJ Reader and Carlos. Those two guys, we hit home run on both of them. Both of them are a little heavy. We got to get them in a little better shape. Sometimes those big guys, they don't always show up here, quite ready to go. But I'll tell you what, they are two very good football players with natural instincts. They're competitive, they're strong, they're tough, they don't back down, they're not overwhelmed with the moment. And I'm very encouraged by what I've seen inside, and equally as encouraged outside. Really have challenged our defensive ends. That's probably the biggest concern on the team to me coming into this thing. And after 5 days, I'm very encouraged. Marion's done a great job. Vic Beasley has been really, really good. Same thing with Tavares Barnes. Tavares Barnes has really unlimited potential, and seems like he's bought in. He just got the look in his eye that I see when guys start to make that transition from a young, immature guy to a guy that's focused and serious about getting better. That's kind of the look that I see in his eye, and that's a real good thing for our team. And then Malachi and Corey are continuing to come on as well. So I think we're coming along nicely, but we've got a long way to go, and hopefully we can keep guys healthy and just keep competing. But if they keep competing like they are and sharpening each other up, we've got the makings. We've got the makings to be a pretty competitive team.
Do you think Tavares' focus is connected to some of the stuff that he went through, some difficulties he went through in the spring? Or?
Well, I think anytime that you have tragedy in your life, especially young people, when young people have to deal with tragedy, you react one way or the other. And it's kind of like y'all remember when the situation with Daquan, when Daquan lost his dad, right in camp, and he really focused, and it really got him dialed in on what he's trying to do and his perspective, but I really saw Tavares starting to make some progress before that stuff happened, but certainly with some of the tragedy that he's had to deal with, he's had some difficult situations in the last 4 or 5 months. I certainly think that has brought a perspective to him that maybe he didn't have, and maybe an appreciation and a focus that maybe he didn't have. But again, a long way to go, but I'm very encouraged by what I see out of Tavares Barnes, and hopefully he'll stay on track, because he's got 3 years left, and he is as talented a guy as we have.
How'd Tony Stewart look today?
He's been good. Tony is. I mean, I can't tell he's had an injury. I mean, I really can't. I mean, I know in my mind he's had one, but I can't. Just watching him, he's smooth and fluid, and he's done well. He's competed his tail off and everything. And the thing I like about Tony is he is worked very hard to learn what to do when he couldn't rep. You know, and that's what a lot of guys don't do. That's what great players do. You know, when he couldn't play and physically rep this spring, he was mentally repping. And it shows because he doesn't get in there. He doesn't look like the guy that's getting his first reps. You know, y'all remember, he didn't do anything this spring. I'm really proud of him and how he's prepared himself to come out here and compete. So, you know, hopefully over the next couple weeks we'll continue to see him make strides and kind of solidify his role in there. But I don't have any doubts he's going to be a very, very good player.
But you didn't see any kind of like hesitancy with,
No,
with the knee?
no, I hadn't seen anything. He doesn't even wear braces. He doesn't wear anything. He's just out there playing.
Do you expect this to be the best linebacking group you've seen at Clemson in your time here?
You know, I think we have the potential to be really good. We've got, you know, Tig Willard and Carrico and Quandon and Shuey. Those are four our veterans, and those guys, you know, I love all those guys. They're serious about it. They're coachable. They come to work every day. They pay attention to details. They're in great shape. They're unselfish, and all those guys, you know, can help us win. But you know, we've got some really high-end talent at the position that, as it continues to develop, you know, I think we could be a really good core. Whether or not we'll prove to be better than whoever else, we'll let everybody else figure that out. But I think we've got a really good group, I think Brent would tell you the same thing.
Let me ask you something about cutting some grass. You've probably cut a couple times already. But when you were looking at trying to beef up the line, the offensive line, and you decided Shatley would be a good fit, what were some of the considerations with him particularly that you thought this guy would be ideal?
Well, to be quite honest with you, and it was really just kind of, I didn't really discuss it with anybody until I made my mind up what I wanted to do, and then we started talking through it. But Shatley's a football player. He's a winner. I mean, the guy is just, and I saw him. I've watched him work here for 3 years and grind and pay the price and do every single thing that's been asked of him on and off the field. And he was a productive D tackle, and he could have continued to be a productive D tackle. But I felt like, again, he was just going to be a good D tackle. He wasn't going to be a great one. And with his toughness and his ability with his strength and his ability to understand what's going